Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Crypto talk with Thomas G.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat, mining sprees, and we're farming all around, including heat.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat, mining sprees, and we're farming all around, including. Got me on Nevex and bought me some Joe. Farming go crazy, you know how it goes. Zuby on Phantom, I got a few nodes. Sticking my Rex, you know I'm gon' hold. Getting these calls from the dog pound. Buy my dot for the next round. Now I'm coming up off the compound. Got my drip off the rebound. Getting these calls from the dog pound. Buy my dot for the next round. Now I'm coming up off the compound. Got my drip off the rebound. Crypto talk with Thomas G.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat, mining sprees, and we're farming all around, including heat.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat, mining sprees, and we're farming all around, including heat.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat, mining sprees, and we're farming all around, including heat.
All right. Welcome to R2R Live, number 117, episode 117. Damn, episode 117 already, right? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the live stream. Don't forget, if you're on YouTube, smash the like button. All right, you got to do that. If you're on YouTube, you got to smash the like button. You got to drop a comment. You got to always remember, not a financial advisor, for damn sure not a professional. This is crypto. Could lose it all. Don't ever allow an influencer on any social media platform out there to influence you when it comes to crypto. You could lose it all. You might lose it all. You could lose it all. Let me adjust the lighting here. Oh, that's bright. Oh, that's bright. That's real bright. Real bright. So, don't ever allow anybody to influence you. You just got to, do your own research and make sure that, you're careful out there. You're careful out there. Also, if you're on X, YouTube, subscribe, post notification. If you're over on X, right, you got to make sure that you retweet, get all your hashtags going and all that good stuff. The show is about to begin. And don't forget, all you Sonic people out there on the Sonic chain, on the Sonic blockchain, get them airdrop points. Go to my.soniclabs.com/points, code 9DEA21. I repeat, code 9DEA21. And you can start learning about how to earn those airdrop points. You got a few more months, I believe, before season 1 comes to an end, right? I think there's going to be a few seasons. There's going to be definitely a few seasons. I feel like I'm taking up the screen here. I think that's a little bit better. It's a little bit better. I kind of cover up. Let me see if I can move myself on here a little bit. If I can go to the other side. Let's see. That side's like that. That's like that. This looks like that. Or I can be up here like that without that. Or just like this. Right? So let's take a look here at coinmarketcap.com. Looks like good old Bitcoin. A little bit of recovery central there. $89,000 Bitcoin. Hey, listen, man. Bitcoin's going to do what it's got to do, but there's a whole lot going on right now in the world, right? These tariff wars. Everyone is like, the tariff wars are damaging us. I think in the long term, maybe even in the short term, when all these things are said and done, the bargaining chip for the president of the United States of America is to get everything fairly, everything on a fair playing field. We've been charged way too much. So everyone's got to, chip in and pay their fair share when it comes to tariffs. Make sure it's fair across the board. So once the noise clears, because it's always just drama in crypto or in stocks, bonds, 401k. It's like, oh my God, they make a big scene on a reporting day for jobs. And then it's like 1 week later, everything's in the green. What do you know? Are they creating opportunities for themselves to get in? I kind of think there's some tomfoolery going on. Some tomfoolery. This Friday, guys, every Friday, starting this week, right? Take a look here. If you go to my YouTube, we're going to be starting a new series that is called Meme Flex and Chill, Sonic plus Pulsechain. Now, it can be any chain, right? And this invitation, especially if you're in communities with meme tokens out there, I want you to go out there and talk to the developers, talk to the lead of the community, and let them know that on Fridays, we're going to be here. I'll be going over altcoins, meme coins. And in the super chat, if there is a, let's say, a meme token that the developer wants to be shilled on Meme Flex and Chill, a $10 super chat, I'll bring that meme token to life on stream, and I'll do a quick review. Now, I don't know how many people we're going to have on day one, but, as they come in, we'll be reviewing them, give the quick, scoop. I'll look at the blockchain, look at holders, look at the website, look at everything they have to offer. At the end of the 1 hour period, right, during that time, because all it is if somebody, let's say, wants to show their meme, like their project, $10 super chat, drop the ticker, drop the contract, I'll look it up. Now, the community can come in. It doesn't have to be 10. It can be $2, $1. Whoever has the most super chats at the end of the 1 hour time frame, we'll add it all up. All they would have to do is go hashtag, let's say confess the token, whatever it may be. We'll tally it up. Whoever has the most will get a week of advertising on R2R the following week. Right, so all my R2R live streams will have their logo. They'll be added to the watch list. We'll follow them all week. The following week on Meme Flex and Chill on Friday, you got an invitation for the developer to come and give their elevator pitch, and then join me for the show as we go on and talk about other meme tokens. So whether the developer wants to come on, they don't have to show their face on camera. They can come on here, with just their avatar logo, and join me for the show. And if the developer doesn't want to join, right, a community member could come and represent and give the elevator pitch on why their meme token's so great. So we're going to start this series on Fridays, every Friday, episode 1 of Meme Flex and Chill, where you can come flex those memes, chill, and we'll review them and go over them. So just look to have a good time. It's going to be fun. We'll see how that goes on Friday, right? And we'll definitely go from there. It's going to give opportunity for people that are serious about their token, like developers or leaders, to come on here and say, hey, check us out, drop a super chat. And then the one that gets the most donations overall at the end of the hour gets that invitation on next week's show and showcased for the entire week, Monday through Friday, watch list and all that. We'll track it daily. All right. So stay tuned for that on Friday. The link's already up and the timer for when that starts, 10 a.m. PST time, Friday. Go tell your friends, go into your Telegram groups, let the developers know. Hey, there's some tokens out there, right? And all they need is a little push. Is they need eyes on them. And there's some good projects, right? So it's an opportunity for you to go out there and get that token showcased and bring the developer on next week's show. Who's going to be the first featured co-host on Meme Flex and Chill next Friday? Who's going to be the guy? Who's going to be the guy to get the elevator pitch and then join me as we smash through these meme tokens and review what's out there and give me their opinion, and we'll, have a good time. Taking a look at the tokens we've been talking about this week. Supersonic printer. We got to draw the circle right there. The little circle of coulda, woulda, shoulda, right? Here's your coulda, woulda, shoulda. What happened on the 3rd or on the 5th? 2 days ago. This dip right here. And it's just on and up. Now, if you're in the Telegram group, you already know that the developer has already been talking about the possibility of getting those volume bots, art bots, and all that good stuff, right? So I'm thinking like, hey, it's coming, Imagine this token as you sit on it and you got it, here or even here, and then you start seeing massive reflections. A lot of you are going to take those rewards, I don't want to say reflections, rewards, and probably put them back in compound. That's an exciting time. That's an exciting time when that happens. It's going to be nice to see it go from like a 44K volume, right? You'll see liquidity start picking up, market cap go up. But when this gets over 100,000 volume in a 24-hour period, climbs to 150, 200,000, that's when the magic starts. That's when the real magic starts. LFG, what's going on? What's good? Let's go EHEX. EHEX in the house. What's up, G? Hey, dog, do you know how we can check on what supersonic payouts as a ratio? You probably have to ask the Telegram group. Everything's based on volume and the amount of tokens you hold. So once, they put the bots to work, you're going to see a whole lot more. So, that depends on how much you have. Smash it. Meme flex and chill. Yeah, I can't wait for Friday. See what communities come because, and get the communities out there. Let them know, like, hey, this is our chance to showcase our token and to get the word out there. Now, when I talked about Supersonic the other day, and by the time I talked about it for a second time, you can see right here on the chart, that dip is long gone now. All they needed was some eyes and some attention. And if people understand and realize, what's in front of them. What's in front of them, okay? Buying more most. Yes, I love most. Super early to supersonic. Super early to supersonic. I like that. Now that we're at Sonic Chain, I've been taking a look at a lot of different things here. And, I'm all about stacking the points right now. I talked about this in the members only video last night where I'm like, I want to position myself to earn the most points to come here to the points page. I'm interested in doing that. Like the passive points and the activity points. Like I want to be that guy that gets so much capital here parked that I get a nice, fat airdrop. Because that's a lot on the table. 200 million Sonic tokens airdrop, right? And I feel like there's a lot of just easy points to stack that's low risk. It's like really low risk opportunity. And what I mean by that, like if I go to the activity points page here and see what the whitelisted assets here, let me go to the main page actually. You just click here, explore apps. I want to revisit Beefy, right? I'm going to be doing that, Beefy Finance, because that's where I first started back when Binance Smart Chain was the big thing. Right when like Pancake Swap became popular and we were farming the hell out of Cake Token. And I'm like, what's the easiest way to farm a ton of these activity points? And I'm like, the vaults, pair up a bunch of USDC.E and USDT and just rank in, the points, right? Or I would do this because it's got the DAO boost, right? So USDC.E, SCUSD, right here, and it's got a boost. TVL's 480,000. Yeah, I'm gonna start parking it here in like a stable. Not necessarily like any of like the high risk tokens because they're volatile. I'm gonna go stable and then just rack up the points, man. Just strategically earn an airdrop for passive points, activity points, and then the other ones would be app points, earn further airdrop allocations for participating in apps. So that right there is like, it's airdrop farming. People make a living off that. That's the R2R pump. Yeah, and that's the thing too. It's going to be a hidden opportunity for people that don't know. Like sometimes when I start to talk about a token, it might do a little something. All right. It might do a little something. And that's because it gets eyes. I got the VIP group I got to follow, and people are just not aware of the opportunities that are out there. And that's why I'm like, hey guys, like you want to find yourself in a good position, right? My exchange, my choice of exchanges on Sonic is SwapX. APRs are beautiful. So while you're dealing with all this right now, like the volatility of Bitcoin and Ethereum, why not just yield farm and print and keep up with the downfall of crypto? If your portfolio's hurting, but you're printing on different like selected assets, like for example, like Remember, Finfesta, PTGC, UFO, or you're farming on Sonic via SwapX, you're printing and you're helping your portfolio stay afloat. And then when things turn around, you got a beefed up portfolio because you've been printing the whole time. And that's ideally what I like to do and what I've always done. You know, we reviewed my account last night. $8,500 investment is already like $40,000 in the Finfesta ecosystem within a couple weeks' time. And we review my wallet in detail and look at that. Is Sonic a leverage play on Ethereum? Just wondering why the chain took a hit this past week. Well, if you're wondering why the chain took a hit, come look at crypto. You know Hart's Law, right? I'm sure you're aware of Hart's Law. Well, everything in crypto is reliant on Bitcoin. So Bitcoin goes down, Ethereum goes down, everything goes down. So Sonic is not like decorrelated from the rest of the market, okay? But it does have high APRs, like I said, like on SwapX, to print your way out of this mess, to keep earning and keep trucking along, because a lot of you are going to lose confidence. A lot of you are going to capitulate. A lot of you are going to leave crypto. A lot of you are going to complain and whine and I can't do it. I'm not making any money. Slow grind it. Slow down your process. We're not in those times where we're just banging out tons of money everywhere you go. You can find opportunities and they'll be good one day and all right the next and good again, ups and downs because of the volatility. But slow grinding in a position on a yield farm opportunity, which we don't have that on Pulsechain, right? I think is a big thing. Speaking of Pulsechain too, I was looking out there and I think B Roots had dropped a comment about exposing Remember. So everyone was talking about that yesterday, right on their Twitter. And I thought it was funny because I think most of the community knows about like the mint function on Remember and the admin keys. All right. And then other tokens have different aspects. So it's nothing that's new if that's what he's referring to. Most people probably don't know or really don't care. He's not somebody I would look at. I don't take his charts serious. I don't take his picks serious. I've always known like he gets in early and then he shills it. That's the game. I built a blueprint on that, bro. Like I was here before I never knew who that guy was. I had a larger channel and, I knew that if I talked about a token, it would go up and, everyone would be happy and I'd make money. And it's just like, all right, I get that whole game and I don't blame them. If the opportunity's there, do what you got to do. I've evolved from that and I'm like, okay, like I got to teach people how to like find them and find them with me in real time. So that's why I got R2R. Once I know, I can tell you guys, and then we want to load up and, have that discussion on what we're doing. But the admin keys discussion about that is, I go, you know what? That whole like admin keys and the entire ethos that Richard Hart has always driven down, like, hey, like, no admin keys, no middleman. Really like the last cycle type of deal because Ink token has admin keys and it was a human being, which we believe Richard Hart cut the emissions not only once but twice but 3 times, right? I think there might have even been a 4th time. Am I missing one of the times? That's done with admin keys. All right, it's not just operating on its own. Somebody went in there and said, okay, no more rewards at this level. And then again, no more rewards at this level, right? So if he had gotten hit by a car or arrested, that change never happens. So although he preached about this, and I understand that, and then I understand the transparency in the chat when it comes to Remember their tokens and what's being done, I'm okay with it, but peace. I saw some people out there like, oh, it's got this and that. And I'm like, look, bro, like I've been in PDI and Atropa, how PDI was mintable. A lot of the tokens were mintable. Contract changes have been done. I was okay with it then. Look where it got here now. So that's like kind of my thoughts on, what potentially could be said. I don't care what he says directly. I know a lot of people do, but if you want a little bit like some feeling to be at ease, I watch him for entertainment purposes only. You should watch me for entertainment purposes only as well. Never allow a influencer to influence you when it comes to cryptocurrency, right? Like anything we talk about could be down the next day. Remember was here, was all the hype, and then look where it's at, right? And if you sell, you're like, oh my god, I lost, got wrecked. Well, if you hold, maybe you work your way out of it through yield, and when the price goes up, if you have conviction and belief, if invested in doing very well, $63, Jesus, I think it went to $70, right? So every influencer's got different intentions, different calls, different things, different ideas. I've been there before where I've funded projects and I've grown from it. I'm like, I'm just going to let it be. It's people's money. Let them figure it out. Hex is back on Uniswap and saw good price appreciation on the eHex side recently. Hart's Law helps Pulsechain. Yeah, Hart's Law is all about Pulsechain. That's where we see it in real time happening. Great points. Now that Pulsechain's yield farming is zero, do you think more projects will pop up like Ink Printer to provide passive income on chain? Yeah, the thing about Ink Printer, though, is there's a learning curve when it comes to that particular utility with lending. So there's got to be an influencer or somebody that's going to be able to demonstrate it at a high level consistently for people to draw up what to do. And it's not like a concept that everybody figures out right away. You get liquidated, you end up losing out, you get pissed off, and then you take off. So there's got to be education there. It's not something where I feel like day one we're all going to be, involved and know what we're doing. Everyone's going to win. There is a way to enter and to print and to make it like house money. I'm aware of that strategy. My group will be aware of that. I'm going to let them know in a members only video when it gets close. And I'm going to have Fast Abdul go on there and talk about that. We discussed that. Either if he does or doesn't, I know how to do that. I know how to make that opportunity in the beginning phases just free money and a little bit of cherries on top. And it's going to be very simple. I'll break it down to the crew. But it's going to take education and just kind of just feeding the engine to everyone's brain on how that operates. Ink Printer going to be like liquid loans, flex stuff. I never touched liquid loans. Did you hear about the change to pump tires yesterday? Something about the burn function? No, let's go look at the burn function though too. And this is a good invitation too, like for people that want to come, developers. Like if somebody releases a token on pump tires, tell them to come to Mean Flex and chill. And get them on to talk about their token, get some fresh eyes through the community. Let's see how much has been burned. Average daily burn 22,000. It's yearly projection. So contract balance, average daily burn. It's burned $268,438 worth of Pulse. That's 6.78 billion. Did Richard Hart tweet about that change? The trick is to watch your loan health ratio. Yeah. Free money everywhere. For real. Let me go take a look at Richard Hart's Twitter. All right, and see if he had mentioned something that I might have missed about the changes to pump tires. Here we go. Let me like and retweet. All right, let me go here real quick. So, wish your pump thing didn't dump hundreds of millions of dollars of Solana, volume dying? Try making some silly coins at pump tires. The code just burns Pulse. It doesn't make any fees to dump. Imagine you made some coins before an entire chain got popular. And here's some stats. Solana, pump.fun. So they're basically, Solana is making hundreds of millions of dollars in fees every day through Pump Fund. And they're dumping the Solana, onto the market. Let's see, 13 hours ago. It looks like coins graduate to Pulse V1 now. So there's 3 times more Pulse DEX buy and burn than on V2. Oh, if I remember correctly, coins burn Pulse until they graduate, Pulsex after they grow. Okay, so there's a double burn now, right? Burning Pulse, and then now since it's part of V1, they're burning Pulsex. People were asking about that at the very beginning, like why it wasn't set up that way. And sure enough, we got dual burning on both assets. Okay. Changes made with admin keys. I'm not saying it's bad, but this is a great change for the greater good done with admin keys. So, like when that whole thing pops up anywhere in the space, it's always been like an argument where a developer's like it's necessary, to make changes for the greater good. We're seeing it in real time. If Uniswap was truly admin key free, would they be able to add eHex back or remove it? No. So it's something that's clear across crypto. You start to learn that nothing is truly 100% decentralized for these reasons and points. Okay. For these reasons and points, there's always going to be some kind of control that's needed to make changes in the code. And before I had a big problem with that, right? Because Richard Hart embedded it in my brain. Like, nah, bro, nah, that's not how it works. That's not how this works. Sure enough, he's got admin keys. Everyone does. Let's see. It's the tweet about pump tires, graduation V2, and burning Pulse X. Yep, that's the one we just went over. And it's interesting. Look at this guy. Still burns when I go to the bathroom. Nice. So anyways, coming back here, let's see what else has recovered. Teddy Bear going up a little bit. Like I said, Teddy Bear did its job at the very beginning of Pulsechain, right? It did its job. It gave people gains. It gave people hope. It gave me a lot of gains, but we all know Teddy Bear's got to be third place. Most in pump are Richard Hart's. They will be the most successful. And there ain't really been much of a massive correction here. Like you would think you would think it would just have dropped below 3 cents, right? You saw B Roots like drove this like crazy ridiculous magnet to the wick down here, and he hasn't gotten it yet. And I'm like, maybe he will, maybe he won't. But every time it was tracking to do that, it just didn't happen, right? Some people can chart, some people can't, man. Like charting is very funny. Every person that watch charts, they draw all these lines, right? They have a line up here, a line down here, a line down here, a line down here. And once that line gets filled or it hits that, it was like, I was right. I give you 4 or 5 different options to be right. No one ever just puts one line and goes, it's going here. It's always just like boom, 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 boom. It can end up here, it can end up here. And if it happens to go to one of the areas, which you draw so many on a chart, I was right. I called the top on the day. It's like, oh my God, dude. And most of these people that are charting meme coins, I just get like, it's pure speculation and emotion on the meme token. Could you chart of a developer minted the token and dumped it all? Could you chart if the developer dumped and the community left? Could you chart if a big wallet decided to exit, at your different, it's never made sense. Charting in the real world is a lot different. You got quarterly reports, you got revenue coming in for companies, you got different seasons of sentiment. Everything is just clear across the board, fundamentally different than when you're charting on crypto. And every time I watch somebody chart on crypto and it goes way the other direction, right? It's kind of like they just low key just like melt, and then they come back and like when it recovers or something, I was right. I called it. Like, dude, I think the only tokens you can really chart that have had years of cycles from the beginning of time is Bitcoin, Ethereum, and basically the top 10 market cap tokens can be charted. Meme tokens is just like, bro, it's going to have a 50% correction because people are going to take crazy profits from being up, right? So you would think this would have another massive correction because people made gains on the way up. But somebody, like I said, the angels in the outfield keep saving most token. It's not your average meme. Like, here's your average meme right here, right? You can't, if you look at pub, right? This is not a predictable chart. This right here, this candle here is a shill candle. Okay. They exist. I create them without wanting to. Bigger influencers create them without wanting to as well, or maybe they do, and that's the plan. This is a purely shill candle. That's all it is. There's no fundamental way of charting this other than if you're smart, you go, the hype is here. It's just a stupid dog. It's from pump tires. It's entirely meaningless. Take my gains and leave. Now, if you're that person who got in and took your gains and leave, on the other side of the fence, the patient person buys down here. Okay, cool. But you're going to wait for another shill candle because absolutely has no utility. It could be a one-day hype event. Let's say another influencer goes, I'm getting in pump. You'll have another one and dump. That's where the pump and dump comes from. In this case, it's a pump and dump, right? Straight meme tokens. Now, what a meme token gains traction in, let's say, Ethereum or Solana, the reason why they have crazy gains in a whole different aspects of the fundamentals of, trying to chart them is because Binance starts listing them, right? Kraken starts listing them. All these major exchanges start listing the meme tokens naturally on all the other chains. Pulsechain lacks that. So this is just as raw as it gets. Speculative assets, pump and dump fundamentals. Like right when I first started playing the altcoin meme shitcoin, ball game when Ethereum was like $150, Uniswap was brand spanking new, Hex just came out, and there wasn't exchanges a lot that were listing them yet. It was pump and dump, and you just pray that like somebody else shielded or people bought your bags. We do not have that. The only thing we have is an influencer shield green candle. And maybe if you're lucky, you get the RH tweet. Like P-Dye's gotten maybe 7 times now. So maybe in the future, our meme coins, instead of pumping and dumping and dying, they'll have a chance to gain traction because people are like, hey, such and such exchange might list us. And that will be the speculation that drives it further. But in a pure meme environment on Pulsechain, as an influencer, I already know that if I get the word on it, right? And it's not like it's earning any rewards or reflections. There's no PTGC technology, none of that, right? There's no OG Web Chef special sauce. It's just a straight meme. Teddy Bear is different. It was part of the Atropa web, right? That's why its success is here. And it will continue to succeed. So Pump Tires is going to have later down the road, whether it's acceptance from Richard Hart or maybe some exchanges start to accept Pulsechain and list memes. That would be the day, right? Bro, I love most. So far, it has bounced off the level every time. Easy money I'm buying. Yep. Talk about it every time. Somebody saves that token every time. They don't let it fail. Good old RH. Heard RH bought some of his own assets after the SEC dropped the case about 1.5 million words, sending a signal maybe. He bought about $1.2 million of PulseX, and then it corrected. So, yeah, I tracked it on the blockchain. That happened. And then people sold into it. Wasn't the first time. When he used SAC funds last year, February, March, and pumped all the bags, people sold into it too. Right? So right now we're still facing the reality of we need more users, we need more volume. So pump tires for that reason is important. The meme tokens are important. And then now the SEC is off the back of the Pulsechain ecosystem. Maybe in the near future we'll get listings. That's what would make our meme tokens, like the straight memes, massively successful. Not only that, like they could go and list like a teddy bear or any Atropa token. There's a lot of things going on that I wonder, like, how far away are we from Mex C saying, hey, let me list your teddy bear, your pup, or your ink, or anything like that. The sooner we get there, now that there's no like fear of regulators coming down on you if you start to list pulse chain assets, I wonder how close we are to that transition. We're closer than we've ever been now that the case has been won. But that's the one aspect we're missing on our meme tokens that we need. Because you already know if you're on Solana, you're on Ethereum, there's a possibility that a big exchange is going to list it. With Pulsechain, it's like pump, buy my bags, it's dumped. Like, when is this going to recover? And the ones that have been succeeding are the ones I feel like have the manipulation of Richard Hart, which are his actual meme tokens. Most and pump, right? I think they're going to do very well. And that's why teddy bear is where it's at, because of Maria and the Atropa web. So it was like a no-brainer. Like, I was buying PDI the day I got my sacrifice, the day Pulsechain went live, I bought USDC and PDI. The reason why I did that is because I remember watching the videos of where Richard Hart says, I think that these PRC copies are going to have some kind of value. So when I was buying it at launch, I was only able to buy about $3 to $5 at a time of USDC and PDI. It was like massive slippage. There was no liquidity. And I remember I did like maybe 20, 30 transactions. And it was like $3 at a time, $5 at a time. And people were buying it too. That were in my Discord group at the time. I still have a Discord group. It's been closed off for years. But the group's still there. And I remember we were like screenshotting. I was like, I got 30 million USDC for like dirt cheap because of Richard Hart. It was not because of an influencer or something like that. It's because the man himself said that these free copies he believes will have some kind of value. So I'm like, hey, like these things at a zero, going from a zero to whatever price you buy right away, it'd be like a 10, 20, 30, even 100x was my mindset. Sure enough, PDI 10,000x. It wasn't until like July, August where people were like, oh, Maria and like the mid function and all that. There was a bunch of FUD, and I was like, I'm just holding it. I got it for nothing, right? And I'm seeing these people talk about it, so why not? I joined the campaign this morning, tweeting at Coinbase and Kraken. We got to try it, at least make some noise. Would they buy off the open market? I heard RH doesn't give tokens to sexes. Yeah, they have to buy off the open market. Definitely. I really don't care for the centralized exchanges, because once they start buying your token and they buy up the supply, what are they going to do? Send it to Wintermute and short it and suppress it for a long time before they moon it, give futures on it? It's like a nightmare. It's not greener on the other side, but it would be nice to get parabolic moves on some memes, right? On some memes, that's for sure. That's for sure. What other token have we not looked at today? Whatever happened to Titan X? Damn. I don't really see these dudes on Twitter like they used to be. I mean, there's some who've stuck it out, right? But by gosh, Ethereum is killing this project. Just like with Pulsechain, we got that stack money down hard. Let me look at what the PDI people are saying. I'm interested to see 9iron Capital. Like, what's the new narrative? They always get a new narrative all pieced up. You know, every time one dies or, you know, people start to lose faith, they stir up another pot of ideas, get the crowd going. Let me see. Richard has created a secondary market for Hex. Okay, I saw that one. Maybe some people will buy Pulsechain with their PDI. Then collateralize a vote, mint PDI, buy PWrapped ETH. Price of Pulse increases, collateral value increases, mint more PDI. The reason PWrapped ETH and Pulsechain track the same price is because they're interchangeable one-to-one. Our bots are therefore freely able to swap between each asset and arbitrage the difference to keep the price the same. Tying two assets like this is beneficial when one asset has very low liquidity and the other very low liquidity. It seems like the PDI people are really kind of losing momentum with the market conditions, right? It's getting really hard to convince some people it's going to $1, and you're like, oh my gosh, I got so much of it. Like it's, I have bags of it, and even myself, I'm going, I should have sold up here, could have bought more down here. You know, it's just, and I'll be honest with you, when you go out, that's why I say don't listen to influencers, including me. When it hit 3 cents, all these dudes were out there yelling, "It's going to 10 cents. It's going to $1. It's beginning." You never hear me say that. Donald Trump starts buying Ethereum. Oh, you guys don't know what's coming next. Donald Trump's company's buying ETH. You better get in now before it's too late. Yeah, BlackRock's doing this. It's like every single time some big entity loaded up on some Ethereum, it was like, we're going into a bull market. You guys don't know what's coming. And then it's not the case. It doesn't matter who's buying what. If BlackRock or Michael Saylor and any of these billion-dollar companies buy any of these assets, I don't care because they're long-term investors. They wouldn't care if Bitcoin went to 20,000 tomorrow. They wouldn't even really think about it. They would buy more, I'm sure, dollar cost average, but they're long-term investors, right? They don't think about the stuff they bought yesterday at a discount. They just move on and have their positions, and the dollar cost average their positions. They don't make markets go up or down. They don't have enough supply. The exchanges are the ones that have majority of the supply to manipulate the market because they have their own supply plus the supply that you give them, not your keys, not your crypto, so that they can manipulate the market to liquidate people that have longs and short positions. And now people are realizing this and going, shit, what's going on? Finvesta is still printing nicely. I'm leaving it on autopilot. Yeah, Finvesta is doing a remarkable job. This marketing itself with the green candles, right? Hit 70,000. I'm hearing $100, $100, right? Once that hits $100, everything is going to move with it. Dominance is up. Beast. Look at this. Misery. That is crazy. That's crazy. Before we go, I guess we could go look at the update on the whale that we were tracking yesterday. See how his ROI looks like today in the Finvesta ecosystem here. Let me pull that up really quick for you guys. Bear with me. What's the price of Miser? Above 3 cents. Looking good, looking good. All right. Let me pull this guy up real quick. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, here we go. Got him. So we're going to take a look at what this wallet looks like today and plug them in. Why not? Why not? So his ROI or his daily went down just a little bit, $7,458 in a 24-hour period. Majority of that's from Miser, $4,963. It's 3% today. It was 7% yesterday. right? Remember yield 1400 at a 1% for the 24-hour period. Greatest PDI printer, $572 a PDI in a day, 78,918. Let's see, what's the lowest one? I guess the lowest one is the one at the bottom of Flexmas. You got to interact with the contract. So if you want to interact with the contract or you have it, you want to see rewards, you just go click check unpaid. He's got $13 of unpaid Finfire and Finfesta combined for that one. What a whale. What a guy. Yeah, I feel like the PDI guys seem pretty quiet on the long-term outlook. I think they're starting to realize it's a long time away or it's not going to happen, right? Like, I don't know. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. It doesn't feel like it. Dang, at least I'm catching the tail end. It's wild that the sexes use your own supply against you, no leverage, just spot buying in my DeFi wallet. Yeah, sexes are a nightmare. Once it gets introduced to Pulsechain, it's going to be a nothing burger, just like it was with the SEC. It turns out that we need users. I've been saying that for a long time. So I'm trying to put in the work, man. Live stream every day, talk about Sonic, talk about Pulsechain. We need users. We need people using pump tires. We need meme coin people. We need all these narratives to push. A lot of things, right? If you're looking for a pump and dump meme token, we got them. If you're looking for a good narrative token, we got them. You're looking for buy and burn tokens, we got them. ROI tokens, we got them. Printer tokens, we got them. That's all we can do at this point. Unless for some reason Ethereum hits $6,000-$7,000 in the next few months here, and Sack Daddy comes, it's all up to us. Not even Godwell. Richard Hart would have to use all the money that he has probably in existence to pump the chain by himself, because people are going to sell into it. So it is up to us. It's our chain. It really just comes down to what are you doing to help bring adoption? Well, you can be out there on Twitter. You can support good developers. OG Web Chef, Maria. There's a lot of developers out there. The PTGC Alien Technology, the developers there. There's guys like Coach X doing their things. Spread the word. True, we're going to get some of those refugees to Solana. That's what's holding us back. I use Rhino from any blockchain to Sonic, and I get my tokens in less than 1 minute. We need a bridge that does that between Pulsechain and Sonic, Pulsechain and Solana, and even all the chains, anywhere you want to go, from point A to B, from Pulsechain to there, from there to Pulsechain. We have that tech, and it works, and it's good. We're good to go. People can start. It's like jumping over hurdles to get over here right now. We have from BNB, we have Spark Swap, which is really expensive on the fees. I go, Jesus, man, I'm getting robbed. And it's just, it is what it is, when it's the only, gig in town outside of one other one, but they're expensive too. I'm like, damn, bro. Killing me. So we just need that access for the big chains to get them over here. And then the rest just plays itself, It's like if you had no road, no bridge, literally, we got a lake between us. We need a bridge. How are you going to get to the other city if there's water in between? You're going to take a boat. Well, it's easier if we take a bridge. Not everyone's going to want to paddle on a boat. Just take not a speedboat, just a regular old canoe. People are not going to want to do that. Slow. We need a bridge. It's got money going at 100 miles an hour there and back. The community is pushing Thorcoin to cross swap for the future currently. Yeah, need that bad. So hurdle after hurdle, we'll get there. Don't forget to have the like button, drop a comment. Till next time, we shall do it again. Yeah, dog.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Crypto talk with Thomas G.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat. Mining sprees. And we're farming all around, including E.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat. Mining sprees. And we're farming all around, including got me on Avex and bought me some Joe. Farming go crazy, you know how it goes. Zoopy on Phantom, I got a few nodes. Sticking my regs, you know I'm gon' hold. Getting these calls from the dog pound. Buy my dot for the next round. Now I'm coming up off the compound. Got my drip off the rebound. Getting these calls from the dog pound. Buy my dot for the next round. Now I'm coming up off the compound. Got my drip off the rebound. Crypto talk with Thomas G.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat. Mining sprees. And we're farming all around, including E.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat. Mining sprees. And we're farming all around,